Hey y'all, it's Delaney.
And it's Katie. This is Classically Black Podcast,
where we talk all things classical music and being black in the profession.
with trap beats playing in the background. Hey.
Hey y'all. We back.
Yep. Time for more, whatever this is.
All right.
Whatever we doing, the podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
The podcast.
Yeah. Every week for the past 296 of them.
Right. Episode 296. We're getting closer and closer to a milestone.
Just to not do anything for it.
We're going to see. I got to map it out what day it falls on.
I feel like every time we reach some milestone, it always coincides with something else. And it's just like, we doubling up.
Our landmark episodes are always around our anniversary as well, which is November 12th, if you want to join Patreon as a gift. But yeah.
Yep. But today we're doing a segment swap. And I reminded Lenny this. We did this. I don't remember what episode we did.
One of the other 295.
Yeah, one of them. So I'll be doing the news this week. It will be brief because I was like, oh, I see what Kid Fury be going through. Because it's like, I get it, but it's also like, I'm not going to say. Okay, here we go. So this is the news this week on Classically Black Fury featuring Katie. So Gateways Festival announced their fall festival. That's happening this week very quickly. So if you're in the upstate New York area or you want to fly in, do your big one, girl. This is October 14th through the 18th at the Eastman School of Music. And it's also, fall festival tickets are free with RSVP or pay what you choose. Or they have a bunch of different levels. But it will feature performances by Joshua Mahoon, I don't know how to say his last name, I'm sorry, in collaboration with the George Walker Center for Equity and Inclusion in Music. It will also feature Josh Henderson and other Gateways artists. And then they'll have a Young Musicians Institute, which offers free full day of music making for young string players ages 9 years old and up. So that's real cute. They're also collaborating with Earshot Collaboratory, produced in partnership with the American Composers Orchestra, and will develop a piece with Jordan Davis, definition expanding new competition for orchestra. So should be real cute. Secure your spot, girl. Okay, moving on. I'm kind of eating this up. Hold on. Okay. So I thought this was interesting, as an education girly myself. SBO, I can't lie, I don't know what that stands for. And I remember I had to do something for my situation and somebody wrote in and was like, what is SBO? We don't know what it is. I was like, girl, I don't know. I just did what I was told. They are looking for, they have this thing called 50 music teachers who make a difference. So you can nominate an educator for SBO magazine, that's what it is. 50 music teachers who make a difference, who recognize outstanding contributions to music education programs. You can go to SBO's website for that. If you know an educator you'd like to nominate, it's band, orchestra, and choir. Oh, and theater and more. So if you know some dance teachers, they still got those. Like dance public school. Like my high school has a dance teacher. Oh, sure. But okay. But
what didn't your high school have? I worked there. They got a podcast program?
Probably. They have radio journalism thing. That's normal though for high school, to have a little radio show in the mornings. I don't think it was every morning, but the girls were doing journalism and stuff.
You basically went to private school.
The amount of tax my mom had to pay probably should have.
It sound worth it.
I just feel like one day we already talked about. My high school doesn't have a fencing program. That gives private school. We don't have fencing. That's probably it.
Okay, girl.
Yeah, there's water polo. There's everything there.
That's insane.
Did your high school have a pool? Oh no, you went to arts high school though.
Yeah.
Because we have everything that came with a pool. It's like if you have the pools, you have everything that comes with a pool.
My first high school did have a pool. We had people had to petition for us to have swimming in my first high school. But that's it. There were no sports teams.
There were no swim team. We had swim
no
team.
Sports teams at all.
Dang, water polo. There's synchronized swimming, diving. The girls were diving.
It's insane.
I wanted to try out, but I was just like,
Of course.
I'm gonna try something. Like, if then I watch the Olympics, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I didn't do that. It's like very divey. Yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. Like, yeah. Okay, last thing for me because I'm tired. Did you hear about John Williams' new documentary on Disney Plus?
Maybe. I said maybe. It might be floating around in my stuff.
Okay. It's called Music by John Williams.
Riveting.
And
I
that's
wonder what it's about.
I was low key being messy because I was like, so they finna include the part where he don't be.
John Williams?
Is it John Williams? Who am I thinking about? Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sting. Okay. Let's say it again. Music by John Williams. Oh, period. Congratulations. Wow. It's a new documentary film about the 92-year-old composer. He will be on camera. He has over 54 Oscar nominations and 5 wins.
5 win? No, who now? I gotta look. Who was winning? Not that nobody else deserves to, but I'm like, dang, 54 and 5 is a crazy.
That's a lot.
Like,
but also,
I know he stopped going. He was like, so call me when it's a short thing.
It's like a short thing, yeah. Cause like Jaws, Indiana Jones kind of crazy.
I mean, that's probably in the 5.
Yeah. Oh, he also did Harry Potter. I didn't know that. Oh, he did the first 3. Yeah, and he gonna be with a whole bunch of people in here. Is Dudamel making an appearance? No, he just pictured when he did that little thing with his lightsaber on the podium. Dang, Stink. I'm sorry. I mean, congratulations. I thought you was the other girl.
So yeah, Star Wars.
Right.
Because we did that when we were in Mexico. People went crazy for that. I forgot that's like where he did the lightsaber baton thing.
Cause that would be so cheesy. They do at Halloween time when they conduct and they put a pumpkin on their head and they turn around to the audience. I was like, dang, you get paid extra for that. I would hate that. You gotta be into it. And but okay, Stink. Well, congratulations. I might watch it then. I thought you were the other girl. That's how much I pay attention. Oh, he looks so cute at this little piano. Dang, 92 period. He lives a good life. Yeah. But that's the news this week. Let me know how I did in the comments. If you didn't like it, don't say nothing.
Okay. Well, that means it's time for the intermission.
What you finna do? I'm excited.
I'm sure. But it's actually the real intermission finna be next week when we switch from the reverse rage.
It wasn't even that bad, Delaney.
Oh, ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun, huh?
That's crazy. I actually put the VCO lips and now it's like Katie a thing. That's how you play trombone. Look, I tried to remember. It's
like it's kind of like this.
You throwing up gang signs? Whoa,
girl. Isn't it because like you have to like hold on to the thing?
Yeah, you hold on to it like this.
Oh, like this.
Yeah. So I knew I wasn't completely off. I wasn't on, but I wasn't completely.
Or is it that? Is that this one?
One is a slide. I don't know. I don't remember how you hold the thing. But one of them
gonna be like. So.
They're like, please stop.
I used to know how to play a couple notes on the trombone, so I'm one of y'all. Like
one of them is a V with the thumb between because I had to take brass methods. So I feel
like that's this one.
It might be
because I feel like they can't. They don't be.
No, they don't.
Like because I feel like that
because it's like the wrist.
Yeah,
thing.
And they be moving fast.
Yeah. But I played trombone for like 4 weeks and took a test on it.
Okay. See, I used to know how to play a little something.
Trombone is hard.
Them parts that they, in the symphonies when they be having like 5 notes to play. I used to know how to play that.
Trombone is so hard. It's like a string instrument because you gotta remember like it's like muscle memory.
Yeah, I'm like that's kind of crazy. What you mean? Y'all can't put a little notch on it?
But when I realized that like it's the same thing as this, it's the same.
And
it's like I mean, like, shout out to y'all, but like we all working out here
because it's just like okay, so it's between here and here, and guess where? Like,
but
that's the same thing.
It's the same thing with the thing, yeah.
Your fingerboard.
Now the Flute Girls, y'all get no sympathy from me because it's all air piano.
Press the button.
Let's press the button. They're gonna be mad.
No, I think every instrument is
Every
hard.
instrument is hard.
Every instrument is hard. Like,
all the notes the flutes got. I remember,
y'all be up there, and then with the air speed on the flute to when the notes that you don't. Because I played flute for a couple years, so don't literally play flute and band for.
Oh, you played flute and band? You was real good because I tried to join university band as a freshman, and I quit because it was too hard.
I was in band for 3 or 4 years. Flute and bassoon.
So
when when girls be like, well, you not just string player, I was a band kid too, but the notes on the flute where you don't change the finger and you gotta do the faster air, make it hard. Like y'all got everybody got their stuff.
Yeah,
everybody got their stuff.
I would hate to play flute. It's too hard. I got too much going on. I remember Tyler got mad at me because I was like, hey, I'm just gonna chill. He's like, I wish I could chill. I'm like, don't know what to tell you. I just got bum. But that's all I got. I might got a little 1-2 at the end of the phrase.
And I'm not the only person that got it too. Like, everybody in line got it.
And then it's you on top. Sucks. Well, Viola was there the day you picked flute, girl. So here we are.
Alrighty.
Like you stink.
The news this week. Oh, not the news. See, I'm just so used to what I'm used to. The intermission this week. It's really not even that bad because I thought it was something else. Turns out it's next month. So I had based it off of something. Last night, 1 a.m. found out it actually wasn't that. So that's great. So I thought we would play a game of 20 questions.
Okay.
I feel like we've done this before. Probably. So, a little throwback. Okay. Sister?
Oh, I'm supposed to start. I'm just supposed to start.
Oh, yeah. You got to ask me. Yeah. Just start asking me questions.
Wait, remind me how this works. So I ask you questions, yes or no.
Yes, no, or kind of.
You can kind of in there? Okay.
At least when you play, like, I know the 20 questions that you can play in, like, an iMessage. It gives you, like, a sometimes.
Oh. And it's related to classical music?
Yes.
Okay. Are you an instrument?
No.
Are you a person?
No.
Are you? Oh.
2 questions, flabbergasted, kind of crazy.
Are you a piece?
No.
What? There's nothing left. Are you a place?
No.
That's like all the nouns, girl. You're not a person, place, or thing. You're not none of those things.
Is that your 5th question?
Yes.
Yes. It's one of those things.
Are you a place?
You asked me that already.
Oh. Are you used with an instrument?
Yes.
Are you rosin?
No.
Are you considered part of the instrument?
No.
Are you a bow?
No.
Do you help brass instruments?
No.
Do you help string instruments?
Yes. See, 3 of them.
You said what?
See, 3 of them. Some your wheelhouse.
Are you a case?
No.
Are you like the wipe cloth thing?
Mm-mm.
Are you on the instrument?
Yeah.
But I asked you if you were part of an instrument earlier. You said no.
Part of the instrument?
Yeah.
You asked me, is it used with an instrument? And I said, like, yeah, it's not part of the instrument.
But it's on the instrument, but it's not part of the instrument. Are you like the extender thing on a bass?
Mm-mm.
Girl, I don't know. What's in my case?
Oh, yeah.
Would it be found in a case, in a standard case?
Like when you buy it from a store? Like
no, like if would a musician have this with a?
Oh, would a musician have it in their
Yeah.
case? Yeah.
Okay, I got 5 more, and I'm not gonna get it. So, cause like if it's not rosin, if it's not a bow, if it's not like I don't know what you got to get. Oh, is it shoulder rest?
Mm-mm.
Is it a chin rest? Yeah, I'm not gonna get it because like there's literally nothing. I've named every single thing in my case.
You're gonna be like, dang.
I'm probably gonna be like, dang. I've named
You got
everything
3
in my
more.
case. I've named everything in my case.
Are you sure?
There's a viola in my case. There's a bow in my. There's 2 bows in my case.
I think it'll be
There's
in the second bowl. No, I'm just kidding. No.
there's my monkey Oscar. There's my viola.
Mm.
There's a cloth. I have extra strings, which can't be it because you said it was not part of the instrument.
Right.
And that's all I got on my case. I don't got nothing else in rosin. I don't got nothing else in my case. I don't know what you got in
Nothing
your.
else?
I don't got that shoulder rest.
It's crazy because I know for a fact you have one.
That's crazy.
Because I've seen it.
That's crazy. Oh, a mute.
No. Oh, that's a good one though. But no.
So yeah, I don't got nothing else in my case. I don't know what you're talking about.
You got 2 more.
I literally don't. You said you've seen it.
I could give you a hint.
Open.
Because you said, is it on an instrument? I said, it could be on or
Off. Like, like what? I open my case. There's a scarf that's wrapped around my viola. Is it a scarf?
no.
Okay, there's nothing else in my case. There's literally nothing rosin up here. That Oscars in my case, my bows, shoulder rest, mute, practice mute, strings.
I guess it's not always in there then.
And then the freaking I shouldn't keep it in my case actually and take it out.
What?
Like how much my viola's worth. I need to take that out.
Oh.
I don't know why. I'm gonna do that right after we're done with this. Because when I said it out loud, I was like, "Why is that in my case?" So when you when you steal my viola, you find it. You're like, perfect, perfect. That was gonna be $3. Yeah, so I don't really got that. Like, there's nothing else in my case. There's nothing else in my case.
I guess it's not in your case right now.
Yeah, I kind of give up. I don't know what it would be.
There's nothing that you keep in your case sometimes?
No, a pencil.
No, it's not that.
No, what is it?
Dang, you give up?
Yeah.
Okay, a damp it.
See, that's ridiculous.
Or I would have accepted a humidifier.
I've never used one.
I've literally seen it.
Oh, that wasn't. Oh, I know why you said that. Because I got it when I went to whatever state that was.
That one where it was mad dry.
Yeah, New Mexico, I think.
Mm.
But I never used it because I was just like, she'll be all right, and she was.
Oh, see, I didn't know that it was only that one time that you used it. I thought like it might be in your case.
Some of the girls, like, I feel like, who are a bit dramatic, they use them all the time. Because there's one girl I went to college with who I really could drag because did all that. Look how never mind. But she always had one in her thing. I never used them because also I didn't even know how to use it for real. Like when she gave it to me, she was like, "Yeah, it's wetted." I said, "Wetted," which makes sense because it's science. But yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that.
Oh dang!
I literally never think about dampits ever.
I think it depends on the instrument. Like it really helps in Rochester when it's dry and cold. My bass don't do dry and cold, but some people it's fine. Some people, when I went to North Carolina and it was 90 degrees and like 100% humidity, some people's instruments act up. Mine totally fine in humidity, fine in heat, but it's dry and cold. It's okay with dry heat as well because in California that's what we have, and my bass hasn't done nothing crazy, but dry and cold can't do that. I can't, it's because I was cleaning out my stuff and I came across my damp it. Dampits are like whatever. They really don't help all that. I was talking to a luthier I know, and he was like, they would help more if they stayed the same amount of damp for longer. Yeah. But since they don't, it's whatever. I use an Oasis humidifier, which is where you actually feel, it's like a little tube, and then you put it in an F hole or whatever. I don't know if they probably don't have that for y'all. It's too small. But I remember seeing yours because it was so
little.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I had it because that lady had gave it to me. I don't even know if I still have it. I might have thrown it away. Because I should look and see if it's like in the pocket. But I don't I've never put one in my instrument. Also, my viola is made in Chicago, so it's cold and dry there. It's also wet and hot there. So I think like I haven't
all weather,
literally all weather Chicago. So it's like I haven't really taken my viola anywhere where I've been concerned. Like I've never like. I was really worried about New Mexico because I never took my viola somewhere so dry, hot and dry. But especially because I'm like, yo, my nose cutting up. I couldn't breathe the first couple of hours. I'm like, what's going on? Like, it felt like my nose was. I felt like I could feel everything in my. I don't know how to describe it. Like
when it's real dry.
It's real like how I feel on a plane sometimes. Like when you be breathing in, it's like
and it's like everything. That's how it was when we was in Idlewild, which is like up in the mountains of California, and they was telling us they were like on the packing list. They was like bring chapstick and. The nurse had to give medicated chapstick because your lips will start peeling off. Yeah. Like it was insane.
But she held up. My girl is resilient.
Oh, dang. I also would use them if I was flying because you know your instrument has to go under the plane. So it's mad cold down there. Yeah. So, but
well, that was something. I was like, there's no way I would have gotten that. I don't even think about damn pits. I don't even know how to install one. I think you take one side off and you loop it around, you screw it back on.
See? It has a little like a thing that stops it from going in. You just wet it, you squeeze it out, make sure it's not dripping, and then you just put it in there. And it has a little thing that will stop it from going inside your instrument.
One thing about a string player, they're gonna be dramatic. Like you're gonna take that little wet noodle out your damn instrument. Like
the Oasis one, like it has something in it, and it's like you have to. It looks very extra, but it worked well for me because since the hole is so small, you have to syringe the thing. So like, I got a syringe in my backpack. Niggas think I'm. People think I'm. But yeah.
That's why when that one lady was like, "Oh, thank you for making me Black Excellence," like I'm gonna show it to my students. I said, "Ooh, make sure they sign a parent waiver." Don't play that school. Depends on the episode. Yeah. Earlier episodes are fine.
I wish that we gotta get in that. What's the name? That Apple, because you could change. I'm like, we should probably change. Where you could also mark if an episode is explicit or not, which would be useful. Because people hear classical music and they just assume that there's been some days on Classically Black that we've been cutting up.
It hasn't been bad in a minute.
Yeah, it hasn't been bad in a minute. But we do got some in there. You might come across one.
We have one called Not Safe for Work.
Oh, see, we warned you.
What was he talking about? And you know what? I feel like that's one of our highest streamed episodes, you freaky frogs. Not that. And the one we tried matchmaking. Yeah. Y'all so messy and nosy. Love y'all. Y'all like me for real. Okay, period. We're moving on.
Well, yeah. We're moving on this week. We're talking about an interesting topic that I don't think we've covered before. What? Something Classically Black hasn't talked about? That's insane. We were talking about piracy in classical music. This came up. We was talking about this amongst ourselves a while ago. I forgot how it came up, but
because I was telling you about them composers that was posting on Facebook. It's like the two well-known, I will call them children's composers. I don't think that's offensive. Suni Nebold and Lauren Bernofsky, if I'm saying her name correctly. Lauren's on faculty at Indiana, if she's still there from the last time. And they post on Facebook when they find their music pirated. Especially like Suni Nebold. One thing about Suni Nebold, she can write a pop. One thing about it. And Lauren got that cute little piece, House on Untold Horrors, that got like extended techniques for like beginning orchestra. And I saw a post and I said, oh.
Oh, so they was posting about people, copying their sheet music and stuff like that and using it. So we wanted to talk about that because I feel like in grad school we talked about this a lot because I did like a music industry program, and it's just very interesting. There's obviously there was a big like, I guess, disruption to the music industry in the 90s when Napster came about and people were file sharing music. found out that you could do peer-to-peer file sharing. Oh, you have this song, okay, I'm gonna send it to you and whatever. And that's how it happened. Also in the age of like LimeWire, FrostWire, you know, we was burning CDs left and right. Like I didn't have Destiny Fulfilled, but I had Destiny Fulfilled. Like
I was gonna say, I would just give my friend a list of songs I wanted, and she would come back and I would buy the CD. The Walgreens used to have a pack of CDs for like $5.
Yep.
And she would come back and burn that stuff for me.
Yeah.
I have my little song, my little Walkman. Okay,
Yeah.
like
Watch my CD player was sky blue with sparkles, and then it was the trim, the silver trim, and then the buttons looked like diamonds. It was like
that's cute.
Like any CD you wanted, you can have it.
I didn't have like that kind of stuff, that technology at my house. I had it, but my friends did. So I put my order in.
Oh, to burn the CDs yourself.
Yeah, we didn't have it.
I didn't know how to do it. My sister did whatever, LimeWire, FrostWire, like she would do that. My grandma burned CDs.
Oh, period.
Yeah. And she had the printer where you could print the thing. Like some of the CDs we would just write on it what was on there, but some of them she printed with the art and then make it. I'm like, period. So a lot of like music execs didn't think that Napster was gonna be a big deal. Like they thought it was just like, you know, a bunch of kids doing stuff back and forth, whatever. Turned out it was a big deal. Like it got people really used to the idea that music should not cost basically anything. And so the days of paying however much people was paying for records, for CDs, were slowly like dwindling. But there's a lot of different ways that you can engage in piracy, and we're about to teach you some. No, I'm just playing. But we want to talk about how that pertains to classical music. So that's sort of just like the biggest, I would say, like instance of it in music. But the actual like piracy of recordings and stuff, I feel like it's not a huge thing for classical music. Like a lot of classical music listeners still listen to physical, you know, music, because a lot of older people and stuff like that.
That's inspiring me. I'm like, I feel like I should get me, because I have a record player. I'm like, I think it'll be tea to get me a little classical music on a record.
I have I think it might be a Nutcracker record.
Really? Yeah. Well, I might do that. I'm coming up on Crema time.
Yeah, I just saw it like at Goodwill, and I was like, okay, I gotta get this. You know, I love it.
I'm gonna look into that. Vinyls are expensive. I said I was gonna see if my grandpa had a bunch. I'm gonna see if they probably do more. But I'm gonna see if they still have him. I mean, he's been dead for like 10 years at this point. Oh shoot, yeah, 10 years he's been dead. So they probably threw it away. But I'm gonna go home and see if they kept any of them, because some of that might be tea. But classical music on a vinyl sound like it would hit.
Yeah, I mean, you might check Goodwill, because I got that one from Goodwill too. Okay. The Porgy and Bess one.
So onto the wheel.
They be $1. So
they be $1.
Yeah, that was 99 cents.
Okay.
So, but a lot of people, yes, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there was probably some like piracy going on with classical music in terms of like recordings when everybody was doing it, but I feel like it was not significant enough to disrupt the classical music recording industry. But the biggest one that Katie mentioned is sheet music. Everybody's guilty. Put your hands up. I know it's gonna be somebody. No, somebody downloaded something on IMSLP that wasn't supposed to be on there, and you downloaded it. Like,
I'm not proud. I'm not gonna say too much because I have composer friends, but I've been in situations where I had to make a way. Not even me personally. Like, I've taught public school where I had no music budget, so I did what needed to be done. I'm sorry. Because one thing I can tell you, there's some pieces, when I saw them posted, I said, oh, they talking to me. And everybody in the comments are like, this is a grave misuse of the internet. I'm just like, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that, like, if you type in Dragon Hunter PDF, somebody middle school orchestra in freaking Duluth, Minnesota, posted they Dragon Hunter parts online so they kids can stop saying they don't have no music to practice when they get home. Like, you all you could do freaking, especially like pieces that are like in the like the lore of kids classical music, Dragon Hunter, Rising Eating Zombies from Outer Space. Like, you can find PDFs of that. It's not hard to find a PDF of Rising Eating Zombies from Outer Space. That piece has gone triple platinum. We played Rising Eating Zombies when I was in middle school. Dang. Because that piece is so lit. It's a great way to teach D minor. It's a little hard, and they're screaming in it. kids love screaming, like scream solos. So don't at me. I don't care. I do care about composers, and I do care, but it's like I don't do it anymore because I teach privately mainly now. And also there's parameters, like a lot of stuff, even if I was teaching a group, like I've taught groups where like it must be the original score. So like, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think when was the last time, especially when I was in college, like, I mean, Sibley. it was different. Yeah, we had Sibley's, literally the biggest music library at an academic institution, the biggest, or the second biggest in the country behind like the New York Public Library.
Yeah.
Like,
Sibley
you want for
like,
nothing.
But also, I feel like I ain't gonna put nobody in particular there, but they kind of encourage you to pirate it because Walton is not in the public domain. And literally, I've had teacher be like, okay, but I've had a teacher be like, yeah, why are you buying it? It's in the Sibley. Is that the same thing?
Oh, that's not pirating though.
That's not pirating because it's in the library. The library already, okay.
Yeah, the library already acquired it during the proper channels. So,
okay.
Yeah, but. I mean, but also some people do, like, I remember in studio, like, if somebody had the parts to some, I remember, what was the piece? Figment, Elliot Carter? I don't remember when he wrote that, but not that long ago.
You're right.
And somebody got a PDF because they got all the fingerings in it and whatever. They uploaded it to the Google Drive.
Got Bartok from someone who bought it, and I was like, let me see what you got.
Like,
to be fair, because I was told to do so.
But also Bartek, like, he fine. Like, you know, he'll be all right. Now, when it comes to, I mean, if we're going to keep it a bean, like, some of the, I'm not even really playing y'all stuff. If we, like, I just have, like, I've played some stuff that's not in the public domain. I think it's been a long time, I feel like, since I've played, oh, no, I did play that on my senior recital. To be fair, okay, I'm trying to think of the last time that I've been in this position with, like, a piece that I've had a photocopy of that I didn't buy, because a lot of the music I'll try to buy it, but music can be expensive. It depends on what you're getting. Like,
the Bartok part is $50, like USD.
That's not insignificant to some people, and it's like, I know we could get into the, well, it's not insignificant for the composer as well, and it's like, we will get to that because obviously that don't really apply to Bartok. I mean, maybe his estate, but like, y'all get a job.
You can't, y'all have to let it go. Like, get a job.
Yeah, get a job real bad. The last one, I would say, that composer, it was a piece that was written for my teacher, like literally was dedicated to him, and he gave it to me. So I don't know, like, what was I gonna be? No, don't give me that.
I feel like for solo music, that's why I'm a little different, because I really prefer to own the part. Mm-hmm. Like, I think the most recent, I bought, like, even stuff that's in the public domain, I just want the part. Like, I just want my part. I want everything in one. I want the original paper. Like, the only time I really get carried away is when it's like ensemble music. Especially because I'm in positions where, like, I want to play something, and there's, like, especially when I worked in the El Sistema Inspired program, and he ain't want to buy nothing else, I said, fine, well, like, and he would be like, well, we can't do that. I'm like, okay, well, you didn't do it, I did it. I got that free printing card at Eastman. I printed the giant. You ain't got to, don't worry about it. Don't ask me where the score is at. Don't ask no questions. Like, yeah, I wanted my kids to play this piece, so I got it. Sorry.
I'm trying to think. I don't even know. I never really have known anybody to play that piece. I wonder. I mean, I'm sure you probably could buy it from his website. I've never checked, but like, it was written for my teacher, and he just gave it to me. So, like, whatever. I do think the biggest, like, conflict comes with what you're talking about with, like, educational institutions, what they can and can't afford, and all that sort of thing. Because, I mean, we talked about this a little bit. We didn't go into the piracy aspect of it, but that one episode that we did, based on that article in Van Magazine about I don't want to get it wrong, the people that bought the rights to Florence Price's music that was discovered in 2009, and then they jacked up all the prices when everybody decided they liked Black people and wanted to play her music. A lot of the people in that article was talking about the fact that, like, we want to program her music, but the amount that they are charging for this music, we simply cannot play it. We don't have the money. And I mean, there are also other composers that y'all could, but, like, the point is that was, they were exploiting her catalog, like, and in a lot of places, like, I just don't know where that line is, because like I want to be sympathetic to composers. Like, you absolutely deserve to make money off of your work, like, you know. And then but then there's also people in a position to who are not in a position to pay for it.
Yeah, I would love to hear composers weigh in. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna be biased, but like, my thing with like school music is like the baby's got to play something, and I will say I don't think it's right to steal music. I don't think it's right. However, like, one thing I do think where it checks it a little bit, like, if you're doing a concert, whatever, like, your admin's not, at least not in my experience, it's not checking to make sure you did that. They probably don't even know what you're talking about. But like, if you're gonna go do competition, you must buy your music, because like, when I judge competitions, one of the things that they tell us to do is to make sure that it's an original score. And a couple times I had to be like, it's not original score. And then they'll come and be like, they print it out, but there's a letter that says like, it could be like a receipt, like we bought it, didn't come on time. It could be like whatever. JW Pepper does a thing where it's like purchased by so and so on this date. But so like, there's a checks and balances. You can't do competitions, you can't do certain stuff, you can't do solo ensemble is another thing, at least in Tennessee and in Illinois, that you cannot do solo ensemble with like copy music, at least the score can't be. So there's like little checks and balances to help the composers out, I think. So on this, that's something. But you know, I don't know, when you have $0 and your kids don't want to play freaking Finlandia again, it's like, you do it first. I always start with like contacting teacher friends and be like, hey, do you have this piece in your library? Do you have this piece in your library? And I might go and see what's on it. Yeah.
Dang, what was I about to say? Oh, yeah, I think I know you said that those two people that posted on Facebook are like very like popular. Like, a lot of people play this stuff.
Like very, especially Sunni Nebo. Like, I'm talking about triple platinum.
So I think that there's like, technically, if you like took this to like somebody who specializes in ethics, it would have to be like applied across the board, technically. But I just think there's nuance there. Like, I'm not trying to say it's okay to steal your stuff because you're doing fine, because it's still your stuff. But like, that's one of the complications of it, because there's also, when stuff like this is normalized, it hurts the people who are on the lowest like rung of the ladder, basically. Composers that are really trying to make money from their work, and their work doesn't get played a whole lot. And it gets into that thing, because it's like, yeah, they want their work to be heard, and that's probably one of the first things people say, like, well, don't you want people to hear your work? But it gives exposure. I can't pay bills with exposure. So like, I don't know, there's like no perfect answer to it. Like,
I feel like it's like not black and white, in my opinion. Unless you've been in a situation where like you really need a piece, I just don't really want to hear from you, because it's like, I don't know, I've gone through some lengths, child.
You not you don't want to hear from me. No,
you said what?
No, because I'm just saying, because I've never been in that position.
Oh,
like,
no, I mean, like,
I know what you mean, though.
Like, I've gone through some lengths. I've made parts out of a score that I could only find the score online. Like, I've gone through some lengths. Because like, I was teaching a different program. There's just no money sometimes. And it's just like, I want my babies to play something fun. So sorry. And then that also gets into, I don't know how, I mean, I know that they have their ways, BMI and ASCAP, but like, also people getting their royalties from performances. Like, some places, like they send in the program or whatever. Like, a lot of composers, that's one thing that they do to get paid, is you program their work, they send in the program to their PRO, and then they get their royalties from that. But I don't know. I wonder how that works with, like, I know they're not like related, but like, I wonder if that's a way they can still make money on music that was not purchased. You know, like, because it doesn't really matter where you got the music from. If you're playing it publicly, like, they need to get paid for that. I wonder how that works with like school performances. In high school, you had to pay to go to the orchestra concerts, I think. Either high school or college. Definitely college. Yeah, ISU charged for orchestra concerts. I think they were free for students. But like most like school orchestra concerts, band, choir, like those are free. So whatever, we can get royalties off of that.
What they could have done, some like places have a blanket license. That's why when you see, like, for example, I know there was a lot of artists that spoke out after hearing like Donald Trump playing some of their music before his rallies and stuff, and I'm like, the venue that he's at probably has a blanket license with BMI or ASCAP or both, or any other PRO to play music, publicly play music in the by artists that are under that PRO. That's the same thing like when you hear music in restaurants and stuff like that. They often just get a blanket license to do that. And so somewhere like Eastman probably has that, I would guess. Or like probably U of R. Like, and so then you can just play music. I don't know how much those cost though. And there's probably some wiggle room there for like nonprofit type. I mean, technically BMI is going for profit. I wonder how that's going to be, but it was a nonprofit.
I don't know nothing what you just said. But good for BMI. I'm trying to lower mine, so.
Okay. My BMI be profiting real bad.
See, that's the thing. You say it's insane and you go further.
Because I'm like, well, since we already going there, it's insane. But that don't mean I can't make it insaner.
That's crazy.
Okay, the last thing I want to talk about though is basically the effects of that, because like we of the file sharing era, because like we talked about sheet music and how that pertains to piracy and classical music, but there's also and how like the file sharing era and all that type of stuff didn't really affect classical music that much, but there is a way that I feel like it is beginning to, and that's with the lead into the streaming era, because that's kind of how it progressed. Like if you look at how the way that people listen to music has progressed, like radio was really big. It basically goes from like least control to most. Like radio, you can call in and suggest a song or whatever, but like then you can I don't know how records work in terms of like, and it just spinning, and then you got to pick it up and put the needle, whatever, but you don't know where. Yeah. And then you get to CDs where, okay, you have tracks, and then eventually CDs got to the point where you can rewind them like a certain amount, and then you go into file sharing, and then you go into iTunes era, digital downloads, and then we go into streaming. And when I'm thinking about, I think that streaming is interesting because people don't really think about it in the straightforward terms of like, it's absolutely insane that you can get every song ever recorded for $5 a month, and people might think about it like, dang, that's crazy, but they don't think about it in terms of like, dang, that's unfair. And it is unfair. Like, yeah. I'm on a family plan. I'm not even paying for it.
That's crazy.
Wait, that's worse.
I play for my Spotify, and I don't really buy music, so I don't know. If I really, I've tried to support artists. Like if they put a project out, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy that project. But like outside of that, I pay my Spotify premium. I just let capitalism do its thing.
I didn't start streaming music until 3 years ago, and that was because like my mom had been using Apple Music, and she was like, oh well, it's only like $10 more to get a family plan, and she had a spot, so I was like, fine. But when I started, I was talking to I had a professor in grad school who was like vehemently against it, like vehemently. He does not stream nothing, no digital, nothing. Everything is analog. Everything's analog, because like when you really think about it, like the amount that people are making off of stream is like 0.000 something of a cent. Like that's insane. Yeah. And then there's also, I don't know if people know, but there's also other nuances to it. Like of course you have to stream, I think 30 seconds for it to count. And then there's what do you call that? Direct streaming and like indirect, where like a direct stream is like if I went in my library and I clicked on Hold On by Glorilla. Indirect stream is if I went on the female rap playlist that Apple Music curates and I press shuffle and Hold On comes on. That's a indirect stream because I did not actually choose to listen to that song. It's like, it's a algorithm that gave it to me. So she will get less money for that stream versus the stream that I clicked. And like, there are people who make millions off of streaming, but those people are like Taylor Swift, Bad Bunny, like, you know,
Bad Bunny's making lots of money.
Yeah,
got
like,
to be.
Yeah, and a vast majority of his audience is streaming too. And so, but then it's like, again, hurts the lowest common denominator, because what a lot of musicians have been saying is like, it was really, really difficult, especially during COVID when they couldn't tour, because touring was the main source of revenue for a lot of musicians, because streaming is
for a show.
Like, streaming is nothing now. You can't count on that at all.
Y'all better stop putting your stuff on YouTube. I wonder if that helps.
Oh, like, well, yeah, if you make a music video, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's why the girls put their stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, probably helps a little bit, but then, yeah, I guess if you put
program
an ad before,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
because you're Cardi B, you post WAP on YouTube, and you're in the YouTube whatever partner program.
Yeah,
you get a check every month for them streams.
Yeah, and that's why lyric video, visualizer, real video, like whatever, like same song over and over and over again, and each one of those is gonna get you revenue. But that's also why people sped up version, slowed down version, TikTok remix, this, like, you get more out of acapella version, like instrumental, 5 versions of the same song. It helps with charts as well, but probably also money, even though it's not gonna make a whole lot of difference. And if you're not you know, big on streaming. But it's like, so many like artists, even mid-sized artists that are not even tiny, are not making a lot of money from that. I wonder, I think one of the things that was interesting was that, like, people said that the movie and TV and movie industries were better at protecting IP than music industry is. But I feel like we're seeing them also go down the same road with all the streaming services that they're now trying to rebundle back and make cable.
Yeah.
Like, y'all realize it's not the most profitable to be spending $500,000 per episode of television and then putting that on streaming platform for $15 a month.
So there's like a new streaming thing I was listening to Friends Zone, they came out with something else. I said, well, what?
Somebody's talking about some damn MGM Plus.
That's what it was. Oh my God. And I was like, I'm just gonna have to watch that show.
MGM Plus is insane.
And also, like, and all the streaming platforms suck. Like, I bought Stars to watch Honk for Jesus because I was told to, and forgot to cancel it. So I canceled it, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm stuck with Stars for October. Let me see what's on there. Literally nothing. I was like, shows, 4 options. I said, so what are we doing? Like the only girl is really, I mean, Netflix really, she be a little on my nerves sometimes, but she probably got the best. And Peacock.
That new Love is Blind season.
That comes out tomorrow.
Not today.
Wait, I thought it was today at like 12 at midnight.
Oh.
I'm not sure though, because I was like, I can just watch it tomorrow.
I saw October 2nd. I thought it was like midnight. Like,
oh, so maybe it's up right now.
Yeah. We'll see.
But also, I'm gonna see, because I could really get into some mess. Love is Blind UK was so much.
Oh yeah, I watched it.
Man, I can't wait for summer again so I can watch Love Island. That's where I really thrive. USA to be exact.
Well, we'll see. I mean, with the streaming conversation with classical music, I have Apple Music Classical, because, you know, they also, you know, are, I guess, trying to serve classical music audiences and stuff like that. I did a video on my YouTube channel where I tried Apple Music Classical, and I gave my thoughts at length. That video's long, so if you want to hear them, then go watch it, because I'm not gonna go into here. But I think that it's interesting that they saw an opportunity to make streaming different for classical music, but something I didn't think about, but what I found out when I was doing research for that video, is that the streaming model does not work well for classical music, like the payment model, like 30 seconds of something. Like, so somebody, you can have a symphony and you're listening to, I mean, I guess the different movements are different tracks. So say the movement is 17 minutes long versus like a 2-minute song. Like, there was one there's other classical music streaming platforms, and one of them was basing their payout based on the amount of time that you listen versus the amount of times that you listen to something. Because like when you think about like how many 2-minute songs could you listen to by the time you're done with the first movement of Beethoven 9? You know, like it's like I guess in a way not fair. Like, so that's interesting, but I couldn't find anything about Apple Music Classical doing that. But I'm interested to see like what they got going on, like how long it's gonna be around, how many people are actually using it. I'll be in there sometimes, only when I listen to classical music, not because I think it's better, but just because it's on my phone. So I'm like, well, let me go over here. Yeah. I don't really use any of the classical music specific functions that it has. I actually wish I listen to classical music in between other things, and you can't shuffle, you can't change the order in which things are played on there because, you know, classical music, you gotta listen to all the movements in order. I'm like, no, girl. I want to listen to this, and then I want to listen to Glorilla right after, and then I'm gonna listen to Brahms, and then I'm gonna listen to Meg. Like,
see, I do that, but like, I have an everything playlist that doesn't include classical music. Like, when I'm listening to classical music, I'm doing classical music. I don't want to hear Kirk Franklin and then Brahms and then Glorilla. Like that, I'd rather hear Kirk Franklin, Bad Bunny, like, you know what I'm saying, CeCe Winans, and then like if I'm in my classical music tip, I'll go over there and do my big one.
I haven't found out a way to listen to music that's less like involved. Like I have so much stuff that I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna add that to my life, I'm gonna add that, whatever. So like when I listen to music, I have to like, I pick like basically every song. Like sometimes if I know I want to hear another song, I might cue it after, but like I don't really I have one playlist that I feel like I'll be in when I take a walk. But other than that,
I got different playlists for different moods. Well, let us know your thoughts, guys. We're moving on.
Yep.
All right, y'all. It's time for Black Excellence, where we hype you up, gas you up, and give you your props, because there's room for everyone at the top. Who are you talking about, Delaney?
That's a great question, Katie, and I will answer it in just a second. Okay, this week I am talking about Jessica Rivero Altoriba. She is a conductor who came on my radar because she was recently announced as the Utah Symphony / Utah Opera's assistant conductor for this season, the 2024-25 season. And she's also the Taki Alsop Fellowship Award recipient for 2024 to 2026. And she was also the New Jersey Symphony's first ever Colton Conducting Fellow for the 2023-24 season. So she stayed with a job. I know that's right. And she was also a Freeman Conducting Fellow with the Chicago Sinfonietta. In addition to all of that, she is pursuing a master's degree in conducting at Peabody, studying under Marin Alsop. But in addition to all of that, she's also had plenty of guest engagements in Germany, in South America, because she's from Cuba. And she's also played with several festivals, including the Ravinia Festival and NOI Festival. She was a member of Festival Tempo con Cultura, Jazz Plaza, Contemporary Music Festival, Mozart Habana Festival, and the Arts Festival, where she was awarded the first prize for young conductors. So shout out to her, and congrats for her new gig in Utah.
Period. My piece of the week is the Brooke Romance for Vla.
Okay, not Vla. Not voila.
I should play that piece again. I used to hate that piece.
Oh yeah, because I was about to say, didn't you not like that piece? Oh, you came around?
We gonna see. It just came into my mind. Like I was like, forgot about that piece. It starts in second position. I feel like nothing that starts in second position is a good idea. I should see how I should start in first, and then go up there. We'll see. I'll let y'all know. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to Classically Whack Podcast. Follow us on social media at Classically Whack Podcast. Y'all, we have a time on social media. You're missing out. You can go to Instagram.com like Richard says he claims to do. We know that's a lie. join the Ebony Tower. We have a good time. It's an exclusive club, also known as patreon.com/Classically Black Podcast. We got merch. Buy you some merch. Don't you want box working?
You guys, you can't buy this. Never mind. Because it's
you can't buy this in the store.
I ordered this myself because I wanted the tank top version.
Exclusive.
Sorry.
But yeah, thank you for watching. If you're on Patreon, thank you for listening. If you in Gen Pop, and we will see y'all. Never mind, I'm just playing. I love y'all. See y'all next week.
Bye, y'all.
Arrivederci.